Welcome to season 2 of Remnant Gamers.
This segment has been brought to you by, of course, the Squirt Acquisitor 7000. It ain't the gun that squirts. And Goat Roper.
This podcast is brought to you by Goat Roper.
Well, I like watching corn.
He likes watching it get shucked. Well, them damn corn shuckers. They at it again.
Corn shuckers.
Down there shucking in the fields. Oh my god.
Exactly. Hashtag corn shuckers.
Can we get like a Golden Corral simulator game?
Golden Corral sim.
It starts off where you go into Golden Corral and you're like, can I get some mashed potatoes? And the lady's like, ain't no more mashed potatoes, baby, just green beans and corn. And you're like, fuck this, I'm opening my own restaurant. The moose bathwater.
Moose bathwater. It's just a turd in a thimble. Moose is in the Technovoid. Lat has got a camera and a mic that work almost 50% of the time. Jono cleaned up his room, and Chibi is now exactly in sync with her video.
I'm just
I didn't ask to get called out like this.
Did I sum that up too well?
Oh, you hit the nail on the head, my man.
That's a big reach.
Nico Dasani.
Nico Dasani.
Legends of the Hidden Temple. Silver Monkey.
All right, we all have that issue with the flying peni, you know?
They're everywhere.
Everywhere. They're just fucking everywhere,
It's worse
you know?
than locusts, honestly.
But you know what you can do? All you have to do is get the floating thought.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do tell.
Yes. See, what you do is you get this magical kite that just takes it for you.
Choking 8-year-olds and power bottom and pigeons over here.
I need my safety gear on for this.
You just have to get your mouth guard and you'll be fine.
Here, son, bite down on this. It's easier if you don't clench.
Just take a deep breath and it'll be over in 2 seconds.
Oh, so that's where I was wondering where those copper tubes went.
Oh no, I've had these on me. I don't know where the other copper tubes went.
All I know is I put 3 copper tubes in the storage. You built a wall storage and looked at it, and now the copper tubes are missing from the ship's storage. That's all I know.
What are you trying to say, Moose?
I'll try.
What are you trying to say, Moose?
I was gonna say one of us is a copper tube stealing some bitch, and I'm saying that man ain't me. Alright.
Burger!
Oh.
Take burger!
I'm gonna put cheese on it.
Take!
I'm putting cheese on it.
Doesn't
Ain't
need
that
cheese!
It does need cheese.
Burger!
Take these starter plates. I'm making another cheeseburger.
Serve this. Serve this.
Serve that.
Serve this. Serve this.
Now the cheeseburger. Now we need another cheeseburger.
I'm gonna hurt someone.
Hold on, I gotta go pee, guys.
Yeah, hang on. We gotta go pee. Hello, everyone.
Welcome.
Welcome. MPII Cash. Never forget.
The right one and not on my channel.
What?
I think I put the commands on the wrong channel.
Oh, well done. Beautiful. Good job, lad.
That's how that works.
Yeah, that's how that works.
You weren't logged in to the right channel when you set it up, did you?
Usually. That's why I switched computers. Usually my laptop is everything that's on my personal channel. And my iMac is the Remnants.
Well, hi. Welcome to the Remnant Gamer Podcast, episode 84. I already forgot what I named it.
We're only on episode 84. Wow.
Live from the Metaverse.
That's right. We're live from the Metaverse. Get your Zuckerbots ready. Here we go.
I mean, If you're not already enjoying the corporate hellscape that is the world that we live in, then yeah, you're behind.
A little bit.
Catch up. Time to catch up.
And Servo, I posted the other topic too until I read it.
That's funny.
The renaming of the McCree.
Yeah, changing the name.
Yeah.
That website is like Hard Times, but for nerd shit.
I was gonna say, is it like Gaming the Onion?
It's called The Hard Drive.
Beautiful.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Beautiful. Well, hello everyone. I'm Jono.
Greetings. For now,
I'm Jono. Who are
At
the
some
rest
point
of
in
you
time,
humans?
I may become Jono.
You gotta at
see about
least
that.
finish up 3 other quests and turn in the special diamond first.
And then I get the Jono skin.
Yeah, that's when you unlock the Jono skin.
Oh.
it's literally Jono's skin.
Yeah, I actually start just taking off piece by piece and giving it to you.
Yeah.
No. They're just
it's
readily
supposed to.
available. You just get one.
Then I can
There's
wear
multiples. Yeah.
it. I can wear it in crowds and whisper to people.
How many of my own skin can I wear then?
You can't
None.
wear any of your own.
Yeah.
You have to wear someone else's.
You're not eligible for the quest.
Aw. This is a ripoff. This is the worst deal I've ever signed up for.
You didn't sign up for it. You're not allowed to.
Yeah.
Oh.
You can't sign up for your own skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not working. So I guess it has to reset or something.
Well, this is a terrible ripoff. Who the hell are the rest of you people?
Oh,
No, I'm Jono.
shit. I'm Jono.
I mean, I'm gonna be as soon as I get this quest done.
Right?
Every fucking time. Someone's gonna, some new viewers just gonna be in here and they're gonna be confused as hell and they're gonna be like, why is this a podcast with 3 different people whose name is Jono?
Jono and the Jonos.
It's on purpose. Why do you think we all got together? We're all named Jono.
It's really hard, but we found 3 people in the same city named Jono.
Yeah.
Who would have thought? Also,
Jonos.
Good King, thank you for the 13 months of a resub.
There's only Jono.
The king knows that we're all Jono. He's been with us for 13 months.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he knows. He knows what's up.
We're all Jono here. Bunch of degenerates.
We are all Jono here.
It's like Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. I'm trying to think of something to that.
There's only Zool.
Interesting tidbit.
Go on.
I guess in parenthood, if anybody out there has kids, it's like you introduce them. You don't want to force it upon them, but you introduce them into like the same kind of hobbies and whatnot that you're interested in. And I just feel like it's interesting to see like them take off and discover like new hobbies on their own, like branch off from that. So
I agree.
the thing that the oldest found that he was so excited about, he was like, started watching this new show, Dad. I'm like, what is it? And he's like, I started watching Invader Zim. And I'm like,
oh man, that's right. That's made a weird comeback again.
Yep.
He just, the way that he says it, it's like it's brand new, like it just premiered this year, and I'm like, that's a pretty old show. And he's like, what? No.
Like, go look,
That's
Google it.
so I mean, I don't have a kid, but my little brother, probably the closest thing that I'll ever have to it, did almost the same thing recently. He was like, I've been watching this new anime and it's been awesome so far. I loved it. And I was like, cool, what have you been watching? He's like, I started watching Yu Yu Hakusho. He's like, what?
Yeah. He's talking about one of the animes that came out like before a lot of us started watching anime.
Right.
It's like that anime is actually older than you are. What?
Yep. What? No, it's new. No, it's not new.
It was great. I was just like, oh, well then you're in for a treat. Let me introduce you to the
Oh,
rest of the
yeah.
Toonami lineup real quick.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
And go get
The
some
top
Rurouni
three of the
Kenshin in
time.
you.
Yeah, Rurouni Kenshin, Dragon Ball Z, and Yu Yu Hakusho. And if you want a fourth one, Hunter x Hunter. Welcome to
Yep.
the family.
Man.
And then you go for
Yeah.
the After Dark Toonami hours, and that's when you started watching Cowboy Bebop and Inuyasha.
Big O, Outlaw Star.
Yep.
Man,
Oh, yeah.
Dragon Ball Z on Toonami turned me off of anime for a good period of time.
Was it because they cut every time someone shouted and it took
Yes.
6 episodes before something got resolved?
Yes.
That's fair.
That was a ginormous frustration of mine.
Whereas me as a kid just shouted at the TV at the same time so that I
Yep.
could draw
I
on
was
the
a-
powers that they were doing.
I was like, if I do it as long as they are, I will power up. Entire show. I'm sitting there in the bedroom. My mom's like, why are you yelling? I'm like, I'm powering up, Mom.
Shut up, I'm going Super Saiyan!
Yeah.
You don't understand, Krillin died! Again!
Spoilers.
I'll leave Krillin alone.
I mean, we
Listen.
will leave Krillin alone, but it's, we can't speak for what happens to him from other people.
Krillin made it out as like one of the best, like most well-off people on that show. He turned
really
an
did.
android into a human and then wifed it. The most badass android.
That's
Yeah.
where a lot of those sex bots come from.
Mm-hmm. And Krillin's like, I'm getting a future fleshlight. That's what I want.
Actually, I take that back. She's not the hottest one.
Well, no, that's 21's job.
Yeah.
This is before 21 even existed.
I know, but he made a mistake.
Who would have known that a character would have been created for a video game 30 years later?
I mean, I'm just saying, mistakes were made.
Krillin cash.
Should have waited for the video game, Krillin. You shouldn't have been so quick to, put your dick in a robot.
Take what he can get.
Oh, I see.
You see us moving on to describe what we've done this week?
Yes and no.
Like what?
I had to look up 21 from Dragon Ball.
Ah. Yeah, the perfect wife.
In Dragon Ball or overall?
In Dragon Ball.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Not overall. Not in a world where all sorts of wonderful yanderis exist. Oh, I guess technically she would be up in there in that category. I don't know if she counts as it. I don't know.
Exactly, good king. Exactly.
Uh, so anyway, I played a little Genshin Impact. Um, all the primogems I've been saving for the last few months. Um, I was able to do 30 summons.
Have you been getting all of your
Wow.
Twitch Prime free Primogems?
No, I didn't think that was compatible with PS5. I thought it was just PC.
Pretty sure it's just your account in general. I don't know.
I have to try that then.
I don't know. I just see it pop up on my thing, and I'm just like, I don't play that game anymore. Go away.
It's a new banner with Hu Tao has returned, and in my 30 summons, I did manage to get 5-star Hu Tao. And 2 other 4-star characters that I'm probably not going to use because I only have 4 characters that I use that are at level 80. Everyone else hasn't made it past level 30.
Is it just all 4 copies of Razor?
I wish. I wish.
That's funny.
Razor hasn't even made it past level 30. I was so
I'm
much
surprised
gripe
with how
trying to
much
get.
you were trying to get
Yeah,
them.
that's what I was gonna say. It was so much gripe trying to get Razor, but I've leveled everyone else so far. And when I finally got him, I was like, I'm not gonna waste all of these items to try and beef him up.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like it's
fair.
taking too much time. So unless they come out with somebody I really like when we went to Halloween Horror Nights, Mikey was telling me about the Ren Goku, that crossover with Genshin, and I thought they were going to release
Oh,
a Ren Goku character, and I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
No, he just said it wrong, and they just ripped off bits of what Rengoku looks like as a character.
Yeah, yeah, I
hmm.
found that out. Yeah, enter disappointment. So
The word crossover has different meaning to him.
that wasn't a crossover at all. Because if they did release a Ren Goku, I would have been floored.
It would have been like super easy to do. I'm surprised they haven't done a crossover event, like any sort of crossover event yet.
Yeah.
Because most gotcha
I
games
thought
end up doing some.
I thought Ayla from Horizon.
Oh, you're right. I forgot
Mm,
about that.
yeah,
I
and I had
my
her too.
my only one that was in my
Alloy.
brain was the Elon Musk crossover. That didn't happen.
I mean, I
Was that
tweeted Elon
supposed
and
to
told
happen?
him, yeah, it was a whole Twitter thing.
Oh,
But
gotcha.
Yeah.
I tweeted at Elon and told him he could stream Genshin with us if he wanted to. So
I mean, he missed out.
I know.
The way I see it.
We wouldn't have even asked him for a Tesla or anything.
That's
Maybe
true.
maybe a ride on the SpaceX rocket or something, but you know, it's doable. Just sneak us in there real quick.
Yeah.
Be the first people to do a live podcast from space. You know, I'm just saying, it's options, Elon. We're looking out for you. Think how cool that could be.
Yeah, he doesn't, have the money to do that on his own. He would have to come to us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're clearly very important.
clearly. Because he responded to us immediately.
So is that it, lad? You just been playing Genshin?
No, he didn't respond to us at all.
Oh, he didn't? Oh, I understand. Just checking.
Yeah. Actually no. I dipped my toe back into Apex for one game and seeing how severely I sucked after not playing for a while. So
It
You're one
happens.
and done.
yeah,
Like,
because
nope, still can't play it. I'm out.
I really wanted to see how Ash played, and I was just kind of like, let me go see what's going on in Apex again. And I still had leftover coin to download the last 2 characters, Little Nas X and Ash, and um, I mean, does he not look like Little Nas?
He does, but I heard
Yeah.
that he is very
Sprite and a bunch
not
of dark
great.
sodas.
All right.
I haven't
Although
played
it's
him,
Sprite or 7 Up, which one would you normally?
but I
That's
had
fine.
enough
If
to
it's Sprite
download
or
the
7 Up,
roster
which one would you
characters.
normally prefer?
Oh, 7 Up.
I got them, and I played one game, and I'm like, oh, I'm awful. So I'll probably be putting some more practice into that to get back on my Apex grind.
Shreckle juice, yeah, you can see Shreckle juice back there. I dressed up Tony for the holidays.
But that was it. That was just dip my toe at Apex and been playing Genshin.
I didn't even see Ash come out. Is that after the Lil Nas X character?
Yeah, she's kind of like Remnant,
Okay.
but she has the sprinter version of the prosthetics. Like,
So
the
she's like
bars.
Octane?
No, she doesn't have feet. It's like, have you ever seen somebody run in the Special Olympics and
Yeah. Yeah.
the little
I know what you're talking
spring
about.
type thing? Those are the type of legs that she has.
But I mean, is she
But
like a
her
speed character
body,
like Octane is?
I shoot, I couldn't tell you. She's the way that the trailer that they had her shown in, it makes her seem like she's an assassin type like Revenant. But as far as her special abilities, she has a teleportation, her ultimate move, um, and she carries a blade with her. But I'm not sure if that's able to play in game or not.
Okay, so she's closer
Gotcha.
to Wraith. Ish. That's neat.
Man, I haven't
Wraith,
played Magic.
Wraithtain, Octwraith.
I haven't even played Magic all week.
I've been playing the crap out of it. I'm only like 8 levels away from finishing out my season pass now.
Oh wow.
Got 3 days left. I'm on the hard grind to try and finish it out. As soon as I got Black Blue Rogues and have just like milled people every match today, like literally 3 matches in a row today. Drop a land, drop a ruin crab, they insta scoop. They're like, not having any of that shit today.
What's Insta Scoop?
They just concede.
Oh,
They scoop up their cards and they go home.
I got you. I'm still getting used to the lingo.
Yeah, they saw that there was going to be a mill match and they said, nope, not today. Ain't got time for that shit. I guess we'll switch over to me since I just opened up my mouth and said I was playing Magic.
There you go.
Other than that, I played a shit ton of Rust because Halloween event happened. I got to build a Frankenstein like creation in the game, and you got to use it as a bodyguard for a little bit. That was fun.
Nice.
You just got to go run around and do some trick-or-treating too, which was really, really broken because you could get in-game loot just off of running around your house in circles getting candy. Did a bunch of funny business, blowing up people's bases and doing the normal Rust thing. Tried out, what the hell is that other game that me and Moose both ended up getting codes for? Is Lost Ark. Tried a couple hours of that. Wasn't a fan. Was
Me neither.
very little of a fan at all. It had combat. Yep. Like, it had fun combat, and that was literally the only thing in that game that actually existed that I cared about.
I don't care for a few things about that game. Nothing really crazy. Just it's just not for me. That game's just not for me.
Non-skippable cutscenes, man. Don't force me into your story when I don't care about your story right now.
Yep.
This is a beta.
Was this supposed to be like the new MMO? Because I think I saw you guys were getting codes.
Not
because
really.
You were playing New World.
It's actually an old MMO that like um, Amazon is just producing now. It's been out in Korea for a little while,
Yeah.
Okay.
and yeah, it's just not my jam. It's
Very
it's a
subpar.
isometric. Isometric. It's not really isometric, but it's
It's
like
Diablo-esque,
Diablo style. Yeah, which I
but
don't like.
I'd really enjoy Diablo style games, but this one, like, there's a lot of issues with it. There's too much forcing in the high fantasy into like really awkward bits of it to where it was just over, like, a little too much. Kind of like that Godfall game that came out.
Yep.
Very much like that, where there was just like too much in your face, like we're forcing this high fantasy down your throat kind of thing. Non-skippable cutscenes. The combat I really enjoyed because it had a lot of like move sets, it had a lot of combos, it had a lot of things that you could do into it. The thing that I didn't like about it was that none of it had auto lock or auto tracking on it. So if you did a combo and you were sitting there locked into your combo and somebody died, you're still doing that combo and nothing for like 2 minutes instead of the rest of the crowd that's attacking you behind you. It doesn't switch targets. Wasn't a fan. Played through a couple rounds of things. Plus there was a lot of like very blatant character ripoff things that were just in there. Like they literally stole Dante as a whole character and put him as the gunner. They stole Bayonetta, like verbatim, everything about Bayonetta, including like the demon thing and like witch time, and just put it in the game.
Yeah.
it was a little ridiculous. I was like, that's a little blatant of a thievery right there.
It's like
I don't know about this.
You guys know you copied this right? Like this is this. Oh no, we didn't even know about that. Oh, okay, yeah, well, I don't believe you.
Yeah, so wasn't too big of a fan there. Can't say much about it because of NDA, but got to play the new Rainbow Six. I was already planning on getting it beforehand. I'm still planning on getting it.
You talking about Vanguard?
No, that's Call of Duty.
That's Call of Duty.
I can only remember it by its original name of Quarantine. I think it's called Extraction. I think that's what they switched the name to, but it's the one that looks a lot like GTFO, where it's like you go in with the fire team, the Rainbow Six like team. You've got a bunch of different operators. There's a bunch of like mutated zombie-ish type of creature things in there. And your job is like to go in, defuse the nest or whatever, get an operator out, and like extract from there.
What was the last Rainbow Six? Was it Siege?
Siege.
Okay.
Yeah, blow up the walls. The game.
Okay.
Which Siege looked like a lot of fun. I just never got a chance to do it.
Yeah, the only Tom Clancy's I really stuck to was The Division 1 and 2.
I loved old Rainbow Six ones, like Vegas and Vegas 2, like pretty much everything prior to those, because they were all like super fun. You could like PvE, you were controlling the entire team all at once, and you were sending them into different directions. You'd set up sniper lines between people and be like, all right, we're going to take out an entire room all at once, everyone in position. I like those, but this is also really good looking so far.
No, I also did Breakpoint and Wildlands for Tom Clancy.
Check. Sorry.
Sorry, we only take money orders here.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah. Anything else that I've played this week? I'm trying to think. Nothing else really. Yeah, just the Lost Ark and yeah, no, I haven't played a lot this week. This week's been like 10, 11-hour days at work, so most of my days are just I pass out and then it's the next day.
Yep.
It's fun.
Well,
it's a great time.
I'm glad we saved me for last because it's going to be the shortest one. I've been playing New World a lot.
Nobody would have guessed that.
No, not at all. I did kind of dabble a little bit with Crab Game the other night when it came out. That was
Oh,
pretty fun. I also been doing a little bit of Beat Saber, and they had an update for Blade and Sorcery where they added the dungeons. It's really cool. I really enjoy that
wait, the
game
dungeons are in there
already. And
now?
yes.
Fuck yes.
It's
Oh
fucking
man.
dope, dude.
That is fucking hype. I've been waiting for that.
Yeah, man. It's cool, and they're like different every time too.
Okay, so they're all randomized dungeon.
It's the beginning is a little bit the same, and then as soon as you get into the building, things start to change. You go into like different areas, and it's like, it's a little bit of like how would it's like, template, but the template's got different parts and pieces that kind of move around, kind of like imagine putting together like a House on Haunted
I
Hill.
was gonna say betrayal.
Betrayal, yeah, exactly. It's got
Okay.
like the core parts, and then it's got the other one.
That's
So,
fucking
it's
awesome. I'm excited to play it
pretty
now.
badass. Oh, yeah.
You
Fun.
saying VR things made me remember that I also have been dabbling a little bit with the new Phasmophobia update. Because they added 4 more ghosts into the game, which brings it up to like a total of 12, I think now.
Nice.
They added a whole new like area, which is a big camp zone.
Yeah.
And they added like a bunch of Easter eggs in there, which of course, like the main one that I wanted to find immediately was a Friday the 13th one. You get to see Jason's mask just bubbling up out of water. It's great.
That's cool.
I was very excited about that. And they had I need to check to see if they updated it post Halloween or not, but they had a spooky lobby that was going on for Halloween, and they had like a bunch of Easter eggs in the lobby, a bunch of like scares inside the lobby itself. So
that's funny.
It was great. Enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, Betsy was playing that the other night with a couple friends, and she said she really enjoyed it.
I love Phasmophobia.
Servo, how has New World been going? Because I know I saw an article that they lost half of their player base.
I've heard so many ups and downs recently with things, especially with them cutting off the community market.
Well, okay, so a little bit of a history lesson with New World. So it started out where I think last time we talked, there was like an issue where people were able to duplicate gold and things like that.
Yeah, I heard item duping is still kind of an issue.
Or did they finally resolve it? They've eliminated it now, but
okay.
For I would say a day or two, there was a way to do it. It wasn't very widespread. They were able to easily identify the people who were doing it because of the way they were doing it. It was basically they were using the client to send some sort of signal to the server that would get interrupted, and then the server, because it's server based, which a lot of people were thinking that it's client based, and they're able to manipulate it that way. That's not how it is. The client, it has certain information that you can manipulate, but it doesn't pass over to the server. But that communication was able to be disrupted in a certain way that allowed people to duplicate items. So that was going on for about a day. They shut down all the wealth trading. Anything that had to do with gold or item trading or anything was disabled for like a full day and a half or so. And then they fixed it, and they fixed a lot of other things. There was like a bug where the hatchet was like easily one of the most powerful weapons in the game. It's got a perk where if you're standing near 2 or more enemies, for each enemy that you add up to 5, it would boost your damage by 10%.
Oh yeah,
so if you get into a fight with it's really good, but it's supposed to diminish when enemies die. Well, it wasn't diminishing. It was actually continuing to stack and stack and stack. So as long as you kept the hatchet out in your hand, don't switch to your secondary weapon. It would allow you to do that much damage to anything or anyone. And people were setting it up and then going into PvP and just fucking wrecking house and doing like 4K a hit, which, to give you some sort of reference, good tanks have about like 12K health. So you're dead.
I was gonna say, and most hatchet combos include 6 to 8 hit combos instantly.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly. So well, I mean, there's one move that does 4 hits, like just like that. You know, pop, and you would die immediately. So there was that. They fixed that. There was also a little speed hack that was going on with the Great Axe, where you could use a macro to manipulate the Great Axe ability. That it would, just make you like basically run across the map at hyperspeed. That was kind of cool, but they fixed it. What else? There was an invulnerability bug where if you were using like Windows full screen mode, you could like tab out and back in, and it would basically make you invulnerable. People were, exploiting that in the wars and things like that. Luckily, a lot of the things that people were doing that they got banned for, because they were able to, see who was doing it, because it keeps track of that kind of stuff. So it's pretty interesting, and you could see it very easily in the war logs. Like you'd have some guy who was doing like 1,000,000 damage and took 0 damage the whole time. It's pretty obvious that they were hacking.
That's kind of a giveaway.
Yeah. So honestly, while I do have issue with things like that being in the game, when you put an MMO into the hands of players, any game, when you put any game into the hands of players,
it reminds me of
people are gonna find
early WoW days.
Yeah. People are gonna find way to manipulate things. It's just like speed running or things like that. People, they hunt out these glitches and things like that, and they're gonna do as much as they can to try and game the system. So it's just, it comes with the territory. And that's kind of how I look at it. A lot of people, of course, are like, oh, this game is fucking broken and blah. They're just shit talkers, it's just all bullshit. And people trying to make headlines and things like that. It's typical, So, and I see a lot of it in game in chat. People are like, like for example, our server right now is in a situation where it was controlled mostly by one faction. Another faction got really powerful because they had some really good players and really good organization. And then they took over. And then as soon as they took over, they decided that they didn't want to have that power anymore. So they split from their company and they came to my faction that I'm currently on. And now our faction has taken over because of them and some other people that were already there. And now people are like, oh, this server is dead and factions need to be balanced and blah, blah. And that's all bullshit. So it's like, if you go to any server, because I've logged into a couple different servers to see what the faction control is like. It doesn't matter which one you go to. There's always one faction that's got a majority of the control, and that's just how it is. You have a bunch of organized people on a server. Everyone wants to join them and be a part of that organized group. They're gonna take over.
Somebody is taking majority. They're gonna switch to majority anyway. So
exactly.
It's
just bandwagoning. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Yep. And there's a limit to it. They've built in a prevention method for that when you get to a certain level of being the majority, it cuts people off from switching from the lower one to the higher one. So right now it's at a level where a lot of people they have that free server transfer available. And instead of saying, okay, well, we need to get organized and try and fight back and take control and play the game, they're going, well, if you go to this other server, our faction is in control. And that's what a lot of people have been doing instead is, excuse my French, but being a fucking poos and using the server transfer and switching over to where their faction is in control. and that's fucking boring in my opinion. So, it's one of those situations where now to kind of keep it fun, our faction has been talking about, okay, well, like maybe we should do like a player draft and like have literally everybody that wants to sign up for, the three different factions, and then we're just gonna like, playground, like, okay, you're on my team. All right, he's on that team, he's on that team, and
So
we're gonna
we're
split it
just
all
playing
up.
dodgeball at this point.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna dodgeball it, and I mean, it's something we're talking about, but it's kind of like another fun aspect is that
Literally
you
just
have people who
entire
are,
server domination, basically.
yeah. Well, I mean, you have a system right now where, and this is of course kind of what we were going for initially, although I'm not even gonna get into that. That yeah, it's a situation now where we can make the decisions for the server because there's not a whole lot of people who are as interested, I should say, at doing things like that as we are. So it's kind of cool. The game itself is still fun. Of course, I'm taking my time getting through it. Not that I have a choice. I'm limited by how much time I can spend, gaming and doing things like that. So I'm level 50 now. I'm about 10 levels away from getting max level, and there's a whole lot to do in the game still, and I'm still really enjoying it. So that's my New World rant for the moment. I'm not sure if you wanted all that information, Lat, but there you go.
I was going to ask you if the wait times have gotten better. I assume they
That
have.
hasn't been a thing since after the first week.
Yeah, I
After the
was gonna
first
say
week,
that
yeah.
once they started opening up more servers and giving out server transfers, that pretty much like settled itself.
Okay.
Yeah. Those people who got into the game and really are enjoying it, those people who played the closed beta and the open beta, those players have definitely stuck around. But, I would say that there was a good 75% of people who are just, they're just there to see the fresh content, and then they were done. They,
like you
like
said,
a good example, we put
bandwagon.
this company together. Yeah. We put this company together, and like the first week, I didn't have room in the company because it's only 100 people limit. I didn't have room in the company to fit everybody in. Now, I would say easily 10% of the company is very active. The other 75%, I mean, we have people that haven't been on in over a month now.
I mean, I'm probably also in that group that hasn't been on in like a month.
You haven't been on in 2 weeks. I looked earlier.
It's about right.
But yeah, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 people who haven't been on in at least 30 days. A couple people who are getting very close to that, and then a good 10 to 15 people who haven't been on in about 2 weeks. So yeah, we're kind of filtering out, people who are not active and getting some more active players in, people that I see walking around, I recruit them and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun. It's honestly, I'm having a lot of fun with the governor role.
Too much politics for me.
I mean, it is a little bit of politics. That's kind of what I was going to say.
Too much politics for me.
You get a lot of folks that like we actually had some people who they hit max level. They were, power leveling, so there wasn't anybody really except for those few people who had reached max level yet. They turned around and started telling me that I needed to get to max level so that I could run content with them, or they were going to find somewhere else to go. To which I said, bye. And so they went from red to blue team, and same faction. They just joined a different company and then turned around and started shit talking the company that they just left. And I was like, that's cute. You're cute. Thanks. Have a good time. You kids have fun with it. So yeah, kind of funny how that works.
Gotta
Just so
love
happens that
MMO
they joined the company. They joined the company that was led by the guys who jumped from the other faction, who were the ones that were like absolutely beating their ass every time. two guys in particular. Anytime I would join a war to coordinate for the war, they would be like, "Yo, if you see so and so and so and so, everybody on them, kill them, kill them, kill them. They're like, you got to target them." They switched factions. Those guys jumped over and immediately joined their company. Oh, so let's see how it is.
Yeah, can't
It's
do
really
MMO
funny how that
politics.
works.
Just
Yeah,
none
no,
of
I
it.
mean, for me, it's so funny, dude. I get the biggest kick out of people doing stupid shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was all that you had, Servo? That you had got
Yeah.
into?
Yeah. That's all. You want more?
Well, you said yours was going to be the shortest one, but
I mean, I did.
Well,
but
then
you asked me about
told him
New
to talk
World.
about
Yeah.
New World.
yeah.
You were like, yeah, speak more
And I,
about that. That's
and I
yeah,
asked
no, you don't
about
want to
New
do
World. Oh, so it's my fault.
that.
No, absolutely.
It's not your fault, but you started it.
You know better. You know the trigger words.
I do know the trigger words. I take full responsibility. Well, if anybody wants to throw in chat what they've been playing this week, while we start off on our topic least.
Yeah, we're gonna
Our topic
lease our
list.
topics.
Releasing our topics this
Would
week.
anybody like to purchase a topic?
Animal Crossing. Yeah, that's a big one. How do you like an update, Katie? Have you messed with it at all?
What was the new Animal Crossing update?
New Animal Crossing update added a whole bunch of stuff that people have been asking for, and some things
it's
that people
basically
didn't
like
ask
a
for,
whole
which are
nother
pretty
game
cool.
on top of it.
Yeah, it's from what Batsy's been telling me, it's a lot of fun. She's been really enjoying it. Her and her friends that have the game have been playing it relentlessly.
Was that the DLC that came in line with the Nintendo?
Correct.
Nintendo subscription.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And it ended up dropping early for people too.
Yeah.
It was like a couple days early that it released. Because it was supposed to be like the 11th or 15th of this month, but ended up dropping last week.
No, I think I haven't been to working with it. That's funny.
Yeah, they did a whole lot to that game.
Oh yeah.
So, and with that new Nintendo, that new DLC for Animal Crossing, that was supposed to also go in line with the
new
N64
online
game.
update.
Yeah, the online update, the N64 games, the Sega games.
Yep.
Coming to the Switch with the increased online subscription.
Yep, which I grabbed the day before it went live. I upgraded to it, and it's been having some issues.
I was gonna say it was kind of a 50-50. Like it's cool to play those old retro games, but at the same time, it's not the same.
I'm hoping,
but it's not bad.
Fixed.
But it's not perfect. So that kind of makes it a little not great.
There's a lot of issues with the way that they did the actual implementing the games into it. They're running them through on emulators, but they're not running them through on good emulators. It's real like poor performance wise. Like playing some of the games, there's a lot of like frame drops, there's a lot of stuttering, there's you'll play like Legend of Zelda and you'll go to like do a roll and all of a sudden you get like a picture, like still frame image by picture, like in a row while you're doing the roll animation.
Yep.
Like a lag or a delay or
like it's basically because it shouldn't be frame dropping, right? Like the Switch is a much better piece of equipment than
a 64. I fucking hope so.
But
supposedly.
But it seems to me like because it's online, it's almost like it feels like you're playing it remotely, is what it feels like.
And not good remotely. Like
no, bad.
Real
bad
poor.
remotely. Like you're playing Parsec, but the person whose computer is running the Parsec is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Or their internet's shit. That's what it feels like.
Or both. Which
is really unfortunate. The Genesis and the Super Nintendo games don't have that issue as far as I've seen.
No, the Genesis games were fine. Like playing Sonic, crystal
Yeah.
clear. Everything is running
Yep.
great. It's specifically the 64 games that are having the issues.
It is. Mm-hmm.
It's fine for some games like Mario Party. Sure, that game's turn based. I mean, you go and you take a turn, you roll the die, you steal someone's stars, whatever. The mini games are the only thing that stutters with issues, but like playing Zelda, just get fucked the whole time. I hope you didn't want to fight Shadow Link at all.
You just reminded me, John, I did play another game, not to take a step back, but we Tam bought Mario Party Superstars, the newest one.
Mm-hmm. How is it? I've heard fun.
It's fun. It's very fun. They my youngest one, we're teaching him how to play, and he got his first bout of gamer rage.
Oh boy.
Yes.
Mario Party's the game to do it with.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah, at 5 years old, he got his first gamer. I mean, so he got so pissed it brought on the tears, and we were just like, okay, that's enough. That's enough.
Wow.
Yeah, he was extremely upset.
Mario Party's that game. Ends friendships, breaks up families.
Yeah, it does.
May I ask like exactly how it went?
I had left the room and I heard him crying, but
oh, okay, I got you.
And when I walked back in there, he was just like, and I'm like, it's time to take a break, buddy. So.
Oh, you said the youngest one. Okay.
Yeah, the youngest
one.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. I forget. Yeah, your youngest is pretty young.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's kind of cute though. I like that. I think that's
awesome. First little bit of gamer rage.
But yeah, that when you said Mario Party, it reminded me that came in for us last week.
That's fantastic.
I get gamer rage anytime I hear the word Mario Party. I'm like, fuck that game.
Yeah, just straight PTSD every time.
Yep.
You realize, oh yeah, I'm still pissed at that person. That's right. Stole my fucking stars. How dare you?
I haven't talked to my sister in 3 years.
Oh man.
Yeah, hopefully that'll get fixed soon.
N64s.
Yeah, I'm really hoping so before they start adding more 64 games in, because they said that this was only the start of the 64 catalog and then it's gonna grow. I'm hoping when that happens they take a step and they go, hey, maybe we should fix this. It's completely fucked. Because I want to play Banjo and Conkers like they're supposed to be played. I don't.
Good thing about Nintendo is that they fix their shit.
Well, you know,
unless
it's Joy-Con drift.
Good thing about Nintendo is if it's in the game, it's not like physical thing. They fix their shit. Yeah. If it's something to do with a physical object, yeah, like the old N64 controllers. I mean, they were cool and they were great, but you know, they had their problems too, and they never did nothing about that.
You know, I recently found out why those controllers are so fucking ridiculous to hold. And it's because Nintendo, as they always are very against change. And they were like, 3D games might not be the way of the future. People might not enjoy the thought of 3D gaming. So let's give them the option to switch back to 2D if we decide to develop that way again.
Oh, so it was like they had to compromise
or 2D.
Yeah.
That's why
that makes sense, though. And honestly, it worked. It worked to a certain extent.
Yeah, we fucking made it work because we had to.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, okay, let me think about my wording there.
Adapt, overcome.
It did the job. It did the job. It didn't do the job super well, but it did the job.
Yeah. Like Nintendo just has a history of being very against change when it's presented to them. I will never let them live down thinking that the internet was a fad and that online gaming would not exist.
Yeah, the sharp get on that. But he's already not allowed to have the knives, so.
Oh yeah.
I also heard that there was some button layouts that were different because N64 had like 6 buttons.
Yeah, so they had to do some
N64
adjustment
had
because of
nine
the way that
buttons.
Joy-Cons were.
10 buttons. Excuse me. A,
Z
B,
trigger.
all 4 of the C's, the triggers, the Z, and the start button.
Yeah.
Okay.
They didn't
You're
have
right.
joystick click yet.
Yeah, there wasn't L3 and R3 until Ape Escape
Right.
came out for PS1.
Okay. Well, I read some people were reporting that some of the button placement was off for the N64 games.
Yeah, and
Oh
it's not,
yeah, in game, like the game mapping, is that what you're talking about? Because
Yeah.
they definitely had some issues with that.
like even
Yeah,
if you
you're
have the
using
64 controller
the
thing.
new 64 controller,
Yeah.
it's fucked up. Fucked up that they changed that shit.
And
Yeah.
someone else reported that it asked for a controller pack.
A Rumble
Yeah,
pack?
yeah. There's some things that
Yeah.
it like tries to ask you to put the memory card in.
I like
Nintendo.
to think that those are cheeky little things though.
Nintendo, you didn't fix that thing that that doesn't exist anymore. Yeah,
I like to think that those are cheeky little things.
Little bits of nostalgia that they
Yeah.
left in there.
Like
one of these days we'll be able to go back to. This just made me think of the Dreamcast controller, and I can't wait to have another physical memory card that's got a little thing on it that I can carry around.
Screen.
And
Yeah.
so cool.
So
cool.
good. Man, Dreamcast was ahead of its time.
I remember bringing that to school and being like, "Oh, I got my new Chow." People are like, "What?
Yup.
You got the black Chow? How did you get that?" It's on expansion. Fucking Dreamcast, man. That was the life. Yep. Controller with a fucking screen in it, bro.
Now we have screens with controllers in them.
Yeah, I was gonna say now you can put a controller on your phone and it becomes a console.
Yeah, GameCube was ahead of its time and just didn't know it.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't deserve it.
GameCube.
No, I'm Dreamcast.
Oh. I was like, whoa.
I've got Nintendo on the brain. Hang on.
Stop. You violated the law.
No. Save that joke for later.
I said that to someone in public today. Sorry. Tangent. I said that to someone in public today. Completely out of context. Like
Do go
I was
on.
at the Springs this morning. Quick story. I was at the Springs this morning, and when I go down the river on Sunday, you have to carry a buoy. So I have a reel and I have a buoy that floats on top. And so when I was getting out, it's kind of, it takes some effort to get out. So I had all the shit and I was kind of throwing it up on the stairs, and someone came by and like started to like grab my stuff. Like, I guess they thought it was part of their stuff.
Uh-huh.
And so I go, without thinking, "Stop, you violated the law." And they just looked at me like completely unsure like what planet I just came from. Because they're like putting their little kayak in, and they're getting their kid, all ready to go, and here I am. I just came out of the water like a fucking, kraken, just like, "Bleh," and I'm throwing my shit up on the stairs, and they're like, what the fuck? And yeah, it was. They didn't say anything, by the way.
Outright out of fucking White
They
Run.
just put the buoy back down and were like, oh. Like, like bowing to me a little bit. And I was like, yeah, give me my fucking buoy. Don't be moving my shit. I had to assert my dominance in Skyrim memes.
It's been a while since I've seen a good brawl.
Yeah. But like you said, we'll get to that.
We'll get to that. It's fine. That's fucking great though. I love just like accidentally releasing nerd references in the wild.
Oh, yeah. I mean, have you ever memed on somebody who's not a memer? Like, it's so funny.
Mm-hmm. Their reactions are just like, What?
Yeah, yeah. Like we were at the nerd hangout for over at Kickbacks, and there was someone that came in, and I mean they were in like like kind of like what I would call like budget cosplay, like kind of what I was doing that night.
Mhm.
It was like you could tell they were doing some sort of character, but it was just kind of like interpretive. And so I was like, oh, nerd person, they'll get it. So at the nearest opportunity, I was like, it's freaking bats. I love Halloween. And they were like, oh yeah, those are pretty
It's freaking
cool bats
bats.
up there. And I was like, oh, okay. All right, no, sorry. Sorry, dude. I didn't mean to put you out like that. Like
Oh,
you didn't get it.
he doesn't know.
He didn't get it.
I think we need to start handing out yellow and red flags like in soccer. If they don't get it, it's like flag on the play.
Should be the other way around.
He picks it up and it says
Using a meme on a non-meme person.
no, he picks it up and it's like it says not a real nerd on the flag.
You have to hold up. Sorry. You have to wear a badge. Hey, I do not understand memes.
But
Good
you know,
stuff.
but we thought 2020 was a year of canceled conventions.
Oh
Well,
my goodness.
The pandemic hit, but it seems like BlizzCon is going to take next year, while everybody else seems to be ramping up their conventions and preparing for a comeback. It looks like BlizzCon
Blink
is going
on.
to take, yeah, same thing, same
Blip.
difference actually. They're going to take 2022 to, I guess, reimagine
Well, I mean,
after their whole scandal.
Blizzard's got a lot of reimagining and restructuring and refiguring out how
Oh,
to be
yeah.
a company again to do right now. So, with them avoiding lawsuits still, I don't see them being up in arms to go, yeah, let's do a con.
Yeah, the way you said that just now just made me imagine like, they're sitting around at Blizzard like talking about BlizzCon, and they're like, oh yeah, and then oh yeah, we'll have this event, and then after the event we all go to the hotel room and we're gonna haze. Oh, sorry, no, I wouldn't do that anymore. Sorry, I got ahead of myself. I was thinking about last. You guys remember last year?
Last time,
All right.
That time with Jimmy in the pool.
We're not gonna do that this time. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we're not doing that. But what else?
There'd be that one guy sitting in there that spits out his coffee, and then he'd be like, "What? Too soon? Is it too soon?" Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't
my God.
I don't
Yeah.
think Blizzard canceling BlizzCon surprised literally anybody at this point. Like,
No.
Jesus, Blizzard.
Like,
Please.
here's the thing. Like, remember how they apologized at BlizzCon for the Hearthstone Korea or China thing?
Yeah, I remember one of their fake apologies.
Yeah. So imagine them trying to come up with an apology for this year's BlizzCon. They're all just sitting around in a boardroom going, yeah, maybe we should just wait till 2022. Yeah. We should definitely do that. Yeah.
They may forget by then.
One dude's just like, but I wanted to announce the Cole Cassidy thing.
You're like, shut up, Jason.
It's not a celebration, Jason.
Who the hell let you out of your cubicle? Get him back in there. So
I
Haze
wanted
him later.
the name of
Haze him later.
coleslaw.
No one makes mistakes in the boardroom.
So BlizzCon 2022 was supposed to take place this upcoming February.
Well,
And they were going to do it in a digital format as well.
yeah.
But yeah, they made the announcement that they're going to hold off. And so far, there's no date for a rescheduling.
I mean, there's also been just a lot of like pushbacks and restructuring in the company. Well, that should be going on in general. Like Diablo 4, I think has a bit of a delay now. Newer
2.
updates for WoW all delayed. Overwatch 2, God knows what's happening with that because people keep leaving the development cycle of Overwatch 2, and that's really fucking scary for them. Yeah.
It's I mean, I want to say funny, but it's really it's a shit show.
It's an absolute shit show. Yeah. I've wanted Overwatch 2, and now I'm like, I don't know if I even want it to release anymore.
I mean, I do, but at the same time, I'm like, at what cost?
Damn it,
What are
Jesse.
Oh, don't you? I think you mean Cole. Or the cowboy, aka the cowboy.
The cowboy, yeah.
That one dude who's disguised as another dude.
Oh my god.
I'm the dude playing the dude disguised as another dude.
You the one who not know who he is.
Now I'm just imagining like Cole Cassidy walking into the Overwatch like team office, like, oh, hey guys. They're like, we're just gonna talk amongst ourselves. Yep. Sus.
Well,
he's sus now. Cole Cassidy is sus.
Moving on from that,
oh yeah, he definitely is now.
Niantic, the wonderful people who brought you Pokemon Go a few years back, have found another way to say get the fuck up and get outside.
Yay! Wait, yay!
They released Pikmin Bloom this last. I think it came out a week ago now.
Yep.
Haven't gotten to touch it yet, but I love Pikmin, and
it's really good. I'm addicted to it.
Yeah.
No. I've never played it.
I mean, maybe. I don't know, man.
No, I haven't. No.
If it's
I've never played a Pikmin game, as a matter of fact. I have no idea what that is.
They're enjoyable.
Yeah.
They always remind me of like the Lemmings games as kids, where you'd use a bunch of lemmings and you'd sacrifice a bunch of them so that you can get to the end goal at the end of the level. But instead you got Pikmin, where you like pull a bunch of Pikmin out of like the ground, and then you'll like make them form giant ladders so you can get to the top of areas, or you'll feed them to monsters so that they will be satiated and you can cross them. Stuff happens.
It does things.
Yeah.
They do things.
Yeah. But each Pikmin has like their own elements and stuff like that too, like depending on what color they are. So they're collectible like Pokemon. I want to know what the game physically is gonna is like. So I probably should play that this week. Go take some walks out and do some Pikmin stuff.
You're gonna like it. I tried it. It's really good.
So Niantic seems to be like building off of their previous games.
Oh yeah, no, their previous their original game, what the hell was it? It was a
Ingress.
Yeah, the hacker game. Where you'd go around and you'd do a bunch of hacker points and stuff like that, which is where all of the original Pokemon Go stops ended up being based off of. And then they started adding to that.
Yeah, they built the Pokemon Go off of the bones of Ingress.
Mm-hmm. And then they did the Wizarding World after that, but the Wizarding World one is now closing down.
Yeah, it failed.
Yeah, it did not do well.
Just like Minecraft Earth didn't take off. They didn't make that game, but
yeah, but it came off of the same concept.
Yep.
I think Pikmin's gonna follow Wizarding World.
It's really hard to capitalize on the same things that Pokemon gets popular for. Because if you're not doing it in a way that still reaches the same amounts of popularity like Pokemon, it's not gonna capture people. So
no, that's like saying, hey, we should make another Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It's just as popular as Mickey Mouse.
We're
Like,
gonna call him Marty,
good fucking luck.
Marty Mice instead of Mickey Mouse.
Ah, my name's Martin.
Hey, we should make another Mario. What should we call him? We'll call him Wario.
I just don't see them. I have nothing against Pikmin. I haven't played it. I just don't see it being as successful as Pokemon Go, especially when the comparison's already in that it's similar to Pokemon Go. So, but yeah, if anyone's played it, let us know. I'd definitely like to hear.
It's just Niantic's very much a one-trick pony. They keep trying to recapitalize,
like.
but
yeah.
Well, I mean, they have that technology. They're just trying to find new ways to, use it.
And I mean, honestly, Pokemon Go nets enough money per year for them to never have to worry about anything ever. But I mean, of course, they want to create more things. They want to be a developer that makes more games. So yeah, I don't blame them for still trying at all.
Yeah, and I remember you saying that you said earlier that they were trying to encourage people to get up and go, but I remember reading an article about people being pissed with Niantic because they took off like during the pandemic. Of course, the whole role of Pokemon Go is to walk around to Pokestops, but during the pandemic, they increased like the area to which
they had to increase it because everyone was supposed to be in lockdown, supposed to stay inside. So they increased the area that you could like click on gyms, the area that you could like click on Pokestops within like a zone, and they would do more spawns with you like being in just one general area instead of like you have to walk a certain amount before like a spawn happens. And it's kind of reverted since then.
Right.
Now that things have opened back up.
That's what I was gonna say. I remember reading an article of people being pissed because technically we're still in a pandemic, or at least in the United States.
Well, everywhere, but we're the United States, so we don't care.
Yeah, we're gonna do what we want.
We're gonna die our way.
What are you gonna do? Fight us? Come on.
That's my rights.
Bring it on.
I don't know what my rights are, but they're mine.
That's right.
Nobody kills me but me. America. Fuck yeah.
So, Jono, I'm gonna defer to you on this Phasmophobia tribute.
Yeah, absolutely.
I haven't played Phasmophobia.
So a while ago, there was this thing where Phasmophobia was tweeting out and told people to send in a bunch of pictures of like their pets, of like their family, just a bunch of like random pictures because they were going to start including it in updates. They were going to start updating a lot of the general assets because like within the houses in the game, there's like photos and frames and like random things just on the wall that you can just kind of like see. So they like, this was months back. There was no like real follow up to it. Once people sent it in, they just kind of like had to assume that either they put it in or they didn't. So what happened is a streamer was by the name of Dream Warrior was playing the new Phasmophobia update, the Nightmare update that just came out just before Halloween, and they noticed something familiar in one of the frame pictures, which was a picture of his lizard that passed away recently. Yeah. And it became like the lizard was one of like the big staple like things that were like revolved around his community and everything, and everyone loved it. So he saw it on stream and pretty much broke down crying. Because like he didn't know that they were going to include it in there, but he happened to see it, was just like, oh no, oh that's my lizard. And it's a wonderful thing that Phasmophobia has now immortalized Lee the lizard
it's not
in
funny,
the game.
but it's funny.
It's honestly like touching to me. I was like,
Yeah.
that's one of the best things that I could think of like happening is they immortalize your lost pet in the game forever.
Yeah.
So millions of people will always
that,
be like, "Oh, hey, there's a lizard there."
that reminds me of the Spider-Man game where they put the guy's proposal in there.
Yeah. Oh my god. I forgot about that.
You remember that? And then, as it turns out, he was like harassing the girlfriend, and he wasn't with her anymore.
Yep. Like that's an awkward immortalization where this is a real like heartwarming one.
That's messed up.
Yeah, but
I thought it was. I thought it was gonna be bad when you said that he broke down crying because he saw the lizard in the game.
yeah, no, the lizard passed, but they found a way to like immortalize them, and I don't even know if they did it on purpose, like that they knew or anything, but it's just a nice like moment that happened to be shared on stream for this person, so
Yeah,
it was real sweet.
Well, this next one is exactly the opposite of sweet. This
All right, now we can defer to that joke from earlier.
Yeah. So
most of you have probably seen it by now. I know definitely me and Servo both have, being on TikTok.
Oh yeah, it came up like immediately on my news feed. I was like, what the fuck? So if you've never seen it before, basically what we're talking about is they have these videos that are put out by oh my god, I forgot his name.
His name is Jin Kid.
Jin Kid, thank you.
His real name
and
is
he does
Ali
these videos
Nassar
where
Abu Laban.
he has in the past made these Skyrim videos where he kind of sets up the camera and does actions just like the characters in the game. And honestly, they're really funny videos.
Funny.
And it was like, if you're a Skyrim player, like you get all the little, meme-ages. So it's it's pretty good content. Unfortunately, the guy had some shit going on in his personal life and ended up well, he hasn't been to court yet, but he's being accused of murder for he murdered 2 people apparently.
I mean,
so
well,
yeah,
a little more than
crazy.
He basically like called the cops on himself after it happened, but yeah, no.
Well, I mean, he admitted to it, but I'm just saying, like, it's not he's not been sentenced or anything yet.
One of which was his wife, and the other was someone who supposedly she was cheating on him with.
Correct. Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah. Interesting story to go along with it, but yeah.
Was this the guy who had used like the daughter's iPad to spy, using like some type of listening technology on the iPad to listen into the conversation?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I've read a separate article about that, about like the listening technology on
about
the iPad.
How he did, yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't know he was like this Skyrim TikTok head. Because they were just talking about the type of apps and stuff that you can put on. Because shit, what was her name? There was an actress that came out and was talking about it. How they have an app for like deaf people who you can or people who have hard of hearing, and if you have your earbuds in and you leave your phone on, and it transmit like up to 15 feet, and it allows them to listen through their device, their phone. She had a TikTok about it as well. Shit, I can't remember her name. Let me look it up. But I didn't know it was connected to like this kid.
Yep, same case, same everything. It's absolutely crazy though.
Yep,
real unfortunate. But
very, of course, like, I mean, it is what it is. A guy, murdered 2 people, but at the same time, it's crazy to go from, you're watching a video of someone doing something really funny to like seeing them pop up on the news with something like that, very high profile. Is like, wow.
Yeah.
It could,
And
It can happen to anybody, I guess.
as far as I'm aware, they haven't like removed his content or anything from TikTok. I'm sure that it would stay up, but I mean sometimes
it's everywhere.
Yeah,
People
like
have
sometimes they'll
reposted
remove it.
so much of his content. Yeah, wild.
Very wild world that we live in.
I mean well, not really TikTok, but that kind of goes back to where they arrested the Red Ranger for killing somebody with a sword like a couple of years ago. So I mean,
which by the way, I guess nothing came of that because we saw him at MegaCon.
Yeah. Unless it's, I mean, unless it was a different Red Ranger. There's several Red Rangers.
I thought we were talking about the Red Ranger because it was the Red Ranger at fucking MegaCon.
It was one of the offshoot Power Rangers.
Okay.
Yeah,
because I know
the one who killed somebody with a sword.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say no. I definitely saw that motherfucker at MegaCon.
Yeah, no, and he also has a TikTok that I follow as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Red Ranger that he killed someone in 2015. He pled guilty. He was from Power Rangers Wild Force. He wasn't the original.
Oh, okay. That was after I stopped watching.
Yeah. Ricardo Medina.
Cool.
That was
I don't know who that is.
No idea. Nothing. If it's not Tommy Oliver, I don't know.
Not cool. I didn't. Yeah. White Ranger?
Yep.
Okay. I'll talk. Oh, it's the Green Ranger. Okay. All right. You continue.
Yes.
Season 2? Okay, shut up again.
What did Tommy Oliver teach the Power Rangers? To lock the damn door to the Megazord.
Yep.
That's right.
Anybody can walk up in that picture.
Fucked around and found out.
I mean, once it's on, right? Like, what's preventing people from just using it?
Yeah. So, Gen Kid, he has a preliminary hearing on January 5th. So, I guess we're going to have to follow this. Wait to hear more about it.
Yeah, a couple months from now. But I mean, he already pled, like, admitted to it, so it's not like we don't know the outcome.
Well, yes, it is most likely, but at the same time,
there could be something, or something might happen.
There is a slight chance that something could change.
He probably tried to get off calling it crime of passion. Wasn't in his right state of mind.
I mean, who knows?
A twin brother who's evil.
That too.
It could happen.
I mean, I'm more meant like, we don't really know all the facts until they come out and say, okay, here's what happened in the case in the court.
Yeah.
I'd like to know the amount of times that something happens and it ends up being an evil twin. I'd like to know the stats on that. I want to look into that later.
I mean, I don't know that there's that many evil twins even.
That's what I was going to
say.
We have to find out how many people actually have evil twins.
I mean, if you think about, okay, how many twins are there? And then on top of that, like, how many evil people are there really out there that would like do something like that?
Well, everyone has the capability of evil, but
I mean, I'm talking about we're talking about evil twin level. Like, that's your twin, and you're gonna do something evil.
Well, there's also like the chance that it could be like a Luke Leia thing where they don't know that they have a twin until.
I think what's more likely is that someone commits a crime with their twin. I guarantee you the percentage of that is a lot higher.
There's definitely a high percentage of that.
That's not an evil twin. That's a doppelganger.
That's just grifting people at that point. Like, I would do that if I had a twin. Without a doubt.
That's how they say that there's somebody in the world that looks like you. Or everyone has a doppelganger or something like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, which we saw Moose, this doppelganger at MegaCon that one year. We all went down there.
Yeah, we did. We have a picture of it.
We had pictures.
We got a picture of him. That dude looked exactly like Moose. No doubts. Ooh.
So yeah, we're gonna. I guess we'll find out more about the Skyrim Gen Kid, and once more facts come out.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, on to the metaverse.
On
Oh,
to
boy.
the future of the world. Brought to you by Facebook. The people who are known to leak all of your data and information anyway.
All right, so I'm a little behind on this one. I seen the name about how they're changing Facebook to Meta or
Yeah, so
for
what
whatever
happened?
reason,
What
and
happened
then
was
I
Mark
saw.
Zuckerberg read Ready Player One, and he got really excited by it. So
I mean, who has it?
right, um, he was like, "Oh man, we can use that for everything." But like that would be too meta if we just call it the Oasis like they do, right? We could just call it the Metaverse. So he wants to create this entire like universe that you can do everything in VR and like work and play and game and socialize, and there's like social hubs, basically VR chat. He wants to recreate
I was
VR
gonna
chat.
say, for those of you who don't know, there's already a fuck ton of games out there that are exactly what we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
One of them is called Core, which is really awesome.
It's funny because they even have a licensed version of the Oasis from Ready Player One. Unfortunately, it's from the movie version, but it's literally titled the Oasis that you can download and is free and does most of these things.
Yep.
But Zuckerberg thought that it would be a good idea to coin this, and he decided to call it the Metaverse. He wanted
Metaverse,
to rename Facebook in general to Meta.
Right.
It kind of, it reminds me, because this, like, Facebook has been going through so many like giant news like hotspots recently. When like the Chinese restaurant down the street ends up getting like a low food grading or whatever, and then all of a sudden they close down the shop, and next week they open up with a new name, but it's all the same people who are still working there.
Yeah, they're just serving like a different country's like food.
Yeah. How they dodge like all forms of like whatever health inspection for it. That's kind of what Facebook seems to be doing. They're just like, no. Forget about Facebook. Listen, I know that we had a movie and everything, and everyone's grandparents are on there, but forget about Facebook. It's all about the meta now. We're meta.
Yeah. We're very meta.
I heard they're not even going to be able
to
use that name.
What's even more meta about it is that he didn't research the fucking name's existence.
Right.
Well, the thing with that situation, in case you guys don't know, maybe you do, but that company, actually both trademarks are pending. Neither of them have been approved yet. Both of them are still pending, but
their
theirs
trademarks
was
have
put
been
in first.
before. Yeah, like
Correct.
that still gives them legal rights over.
It's the government.
That's true. Whoever is richest and whitest will probably get theirs in first.
Yep. But Meta, the PC gaming company that we're talking about, they made a video which was really funny, which was like, "Hey guys, just to let you know, we're changing our name to Facebook."
That's great.
Yep.
That's great.
Good. They also said that if they did get the trademark, that Facebook could have it for $21 million.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. If you want it, buy it.
Yeah, exactly. And they will.
They absolutely will.
Yeah.
Because money's no issue when you sell other people's information online.
I was gonna say money's no issue when you like literally own everyone's data and you're a fucking robot.
Yep. Did you see all of the interviews of him doing like the announcement stuff for the? I fucking lost my mind. I was like, this is somebody like accidentally put in the wrong chip into Zuckerbot that day so that he overacted all of his emotions.
Dude, you know what it
Fucking
reminds me
hysterical.
of? Here's what it reminds me of, and this is so like typical, but it reminds me of a situation in, I forget what movie this was in, but basically I think Mark Zuckerberg is dead. And I think that they're having to deep fake all of his interviews.
So they're Weekend at Bernie's thing?
Yeah, kind of, yeah. But they're doing it with, advanced technology instead of propping up a dead body. They just have somebody there and they're like deep faking him, or they like have made some clone that's got like, like it's got like a version of his brain in there.
I remember that episode of Black Mirror.
Yeah, exactly. He's been like machine learning all of like Mark Zuckerberg's like real interviews and what he's really like, and then this thing is like emulating how it thinks that Mark Zuckerberg should act. So he sees all the stuff on like, oh well, Mark Zuckerberg's a robot, so now he's like really playing it up.
Yeah, he's
either that or the real Zuck is just so far from society that he just actually doesn't know how to socialize with real people anymore.
That's the one that I think is the realest answer, but I still really like the other one more.
He's been frozen in carbonite.
Yeah, he is just the new Walt Disney. It's wild though. Fucking Metaverse.
Not only that, but in case you guys didn't hear the other part of it, the Metaverse is also already a thing.
Yeah.
And it's exactly the same thing as what Mark Zuckerberg is talking about, except in the book that it's from, Snow Crash, it evolves. And what it becomes is like, basically, here's a quick outline of the story. The entire America has become a corporate hellscape that basically looks like, I mean, if you ever drove down the street
America
and all you see is like McDonald's, Burger King, and there's just like billboards everywhere all down the street. Everything is like that. So people are like, oh, we could make an escape from that and we're going to call it Metaverse. But guess what happens in the Metaverse? It becomes just like the real world. And the people who got in early and have the most money in the game become the top of society, and they start putting down people into the lower echelons of society and keeping them there. And yeah, so
yep.
I think they picked the wrong name, or they picked the right name.
I was gonna say, for them, they picked the right name.
Yeah,
because honestly, like the Oasis from Ready Player One, all for it. 100% societal integration. Everything was done as it should have been. The Metaverse, no. That is more like God. There was a direct analogy that I had for it, and I've already completely lost it.
The Matrix.
Yeah, the Matrix. That's pretty well off.
Yep.
Super unfortunate.
We're gonna take all your data and use it for our own purposes. And even though it's worth money, we're not gonna give you shit because you're garbage people.
Yeah. Speaking of garbage people.
Nintendo's
finally got Bowser.
I mean, I never trusted him anyway because his name was Bowser.
This is a different Bowser.
Oh shit! There's more than one.
There's apparently quite a few Bowsers in the world. Nintendo happened to get one of the evil ones. Even this is not Doug Bowser, who is the North American.
I was gonna say, the first time I read this, I went, "He did what? Really, Doug Bowser?"
Okay, when I pulled this article, I also did the same thing. I was like, President of North America Nintendo did what?
Yeah, I was like, why? I was like, that doesn't make. And then I was like, Oh, Gary Bowser. Oh,
Yeah, this article has to
there's
do with
two?
Gary Bowser, who is a different Bowser, like a Bowser Jr. but evil, and I think he's French.
Not related to Doug Bowser either.
See, that's
This
but
has-
two of us already
Canadian.
had that. Two of us already had that notion that was like Bowser did what, and thinking that it was the North American president of Nintendo. I wonder how many other people seen it and just like he did what?
Probably a lot.
Well, what I see right now is Batsy with a sub for 6 months.
Hell yeah. Oh my god. Hell yeah.
Hi,
Batsy.
Batsy. So not to confuse this with Doug Bowser, but Gary Bowser pleads guilty to piracy charges after a Nintendo pursuit against him. There was this company that he ran, which was more like a group called Team Executor, and they basically took a bunch of pirated. You know how Soldier Boy was trying to sell the Soldier Boy console? These guys are like, what if they actually sold the Soldier Boy console? They took a bunch of like pirated software and hardware, and they would sell them online just to literally anyone who would want it. And Nintendo's been after them for years. I think it doesn't say how long, but they've been after them since like 2013 roughly. So these guys have been pirating Nintendo shit for a while.
Yeah.
They've been they're now going through court because of it. They finally got a hold of him. He was found in the Dominican Republic, even though he's from Canada. He ended up fleeing there to try and like avoid any sort of IP pings from everything going on. It's wild. I was just like, wow. Nintendo, I mean, we already knew like before that Nintendo cracks down real hard on most people who end up pirating and selling their stuff. They're fine with a lot of like the free market ones, like people who do the emulators and the ROMs and things like that, but the people who
selling them is a big no-no.
Yeah, making money off of Nintendo's dollar, big no-no. You do not fuck with Nintendo.
Yep. Nintendo, Pokemon, anything related. Digital Princess learned about that.
Yep. You do not fuck with Nintendo. Nintendo fucks you. Yeah, she is learning
about that, as a matter of fact.
She is learning a lot more lessons now. That Nintendo probably also could have taught her, like childcare.
Oh, no.
Like
on the topic list, so
like I said, I don't trust this Bowser guy. Yeah, I don't trust anybody named Bowser, and I blame Nintendo.
I feel like I can't now. Like they're 2 for 2. I've only ever known 2 people named Bowser. Oh well, 3.
Well,
but
I say now
one of them's
3.
a fictional character.
And we've been programmed not to trust him.
Exactly. Anything, I need to go find both of these Bowsers and jump on their head.
Yeah, and then you got to pull them by their tail and throw them into the lava.
After eating mushrooms.
Into a bomb.
Oh yeah, that too.
You gotta eat mushrooms first.
I mean, we could do
eat
that.
mushrooms, grow big, find Bowser, throw him into a bomb. Easy.
Or take out the bridge from under him.
Yeah.
Whatever works best.
Yeah.
Beat him in a racing contest. Humiliate him in front of his son.
Beat him in tennis.
Nieces and nephews. It's an entire family.
Yeah.
You gotta
beat him in Monopoly.
Yeah.
Well, you can't just beat up Bowser. You gotta go whoop his entire family too. So
yeah.
Beat his entire family line in golf.
You have to go through all of them to get to him. That's how it works.
You can't leave them out.
like the mob. You don't just go to the head. You have to work your way up, just like in like the Equalizer or one of those movies.
So either way, what we've learned is that we can't trust a Bowser. Looking
That's
at
right.
you, Doug Bowser.
Yeah, we're waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Yeah.
What if this is Doug Bowser's evil twin? What if
Damn
I
it.
was right?
You could be. But, anybody have a picture of Doug Bowser and Gary Bowser?
Has anybody seen them in the same room at the same time?
Look, I'm not saying I'm Batman. I'm just saying, have you ever seen me and Batman in the same room at the same time?
Yes.
Yeah, no, this dude definitely is not Doug Bowser. They look very, very much different. Oh, this guy looks like he would be selling emulated ROMs online.
I mean, you kind of have to have the look to have to get the job, right?
Tell me I'm wrong.
I honestly, seeing that picture now, because I didn't see it before, this makes me believe that this guy changed his name to Bowser. Like
So
it was probably like fucking Wendell before this.
He's trying to
Wendell.
discredit. He's trying to discredit all the Bowsers.
Uh-huh.
Oh, we see your plan.
I'm a criminal mastermind. I'm gonna change my name to Bowser because that's what he's like. Sorry, I shouldn't make fun of this guy's face, but I mean he's a piece of shit, so
I don't know anyone who thinks that Bowser is a criminal mastermind. He just kidnaps a lady and then goes to a castle and leaves her in a room.
This guy would think that. He's the one. He's the one that thinks that.
God.
Does he?
The guy looks like what the dude on the little fucking like magnet like dust game that you get from Cracker Barrel. That's what this guy looks
Wooly
like.
Willy.
Wooly Willy. Looks like Wooly Willy.
What magnet game from Cracker Barrel?
You don't remember the Wooly Willies? The little like the magnet screen, and then you get the pen and you have to like give him hair, or you give him like a mustache and beard, and then after you're done you like shake it up and all the like little magnet etchings go back down to the bottom.
Yeah.
You don't remember playing with the little Wooly Willies?
Apparently y'all had a better childhood than I did. Oh, okay. That thing. Yeah.
You've seen him.
Yeah.
So everybody knows what they are. They were in Toy Story.
I didn't know they were called Woolly Willies.
Yeah. The dude's picture on there, like his name is Willie, and you gotta give him hair.
I get you. I seen it now. I know what you're talking about now.
I don't know why that was such like an integral part of my childhood.
Me either. It was.
It's weird.
It wasn't weird. To each his own.
I'd always give him a beard because I always wanted a beard as a kid.
And look at you now.
Yeah, I still would rather
You
give
did
myself more of a beard. And I'm just like Wooly Willy drops some on real fast.
That's how you do it.
I don't have a segue for this.
Well, we've talked about Netflix coming into gaming before, and I think we came to the conclusion that we were going to have to wait and see how they approach, how serious they were.
We didn't come to that conclusion. I said they were going to do mobile, and I was right.
Well, they did mobile, but I think a lot of people were expecting games involving their intellectual properties, which that's not what they did.
It's kind of what they did. They said, yo, you got Netflix on your phone? For those who don't know, Netflix's gaming is now officially available as of like yesterday.
Right.
Or no, as of the 3rd. As of November 3rd, if you
Shit.
log in on your phone or your iPad or any of those devices that are not your regular TV, you can pull up the Netflix gaming section where you can play your favorite game, Stranger
Okay.
Things 3. And that's roughly about it.
But wasn't Stranger Things 3 released on another system?
It was released on consoles and phones, tablets. It was released on a lot of stuff.
Okay.
It
In
might
other
have
words,
been released on the Stadia too. I don't know.
yeah, you could already play it, but now you can play it on Netflix if you so desire. Don't know why you would, but there you go.
But I mean, this could have been like, this is, I think, all right, this is going to end up being another Stadia ordeal where
Yep.
if they're just going to release games like that and they don't have any exclusive content to bring you to that Netflix app to play those games, there's no point in releasing those games because
Yep.
we already have more prominent systems, PCs, consoles, to play those games on.
Would you like to know the worst part about this?
Yes,
I was gonna say it's funny how you come to that conclusion, but they fucking don't.
I mean,
The funniest part about that is that you don't need Netflix in order to play the Netflix games. You can also play these games just from the Google Play Store or the iTunes Play Store thing. You can just
See,
download them.
and that's what I meant when I was saying that, people were expecting content based off of their properties, like to
Yeah,
be
no, exactly.
just on that Netflix platform.
And
Right.
maybe
I mean, it is. It's
eventually we
Stranger Things
will.
3, but they didn't wait to make it exclusive so that people would get excited about using their platform for a game. They were just like, "Oh, you can play this game now on our thing also."
Yep. Like it's exactly the same issue that was stated. Like, why would I buy this? Why
Yeah.
I have other devices. Why would I buy this?
Yeah.
Except it's with the Netflix subscription anyway, so it's more like, why would I log in on my phone for this?
Yeah.
And Stranger Things 3 wasn't the only game that they released, was it?
That was the only Netflix game. Other than that, they had their own version of Solitaire. There's a weird version of like Mahjong on there. It looks like Monopoly, but it's not Monopoly. There's
Duopoly.
Newopoly.
Newopoly.
Let's see. I'm logging into my phone right now.
Duopoly. It's like a music version.
Doo-wop, wop. I can't even find it anymore.
No, it's already been taken down.
Yeah, they already decided it was terrible.
Yeah, I don't even see it on there anymore. What a wonderful week that was. Yeah, because it was right on the home screen. Like as soon as you would scroll down, it'd be like under trending or under recently added was just a whole game section. But I guess not anymore.
All right, here we go. Oh, no, wait, I lost it. It's like loading ads.
How unfortunate. However, if you do have a Netflix account, not this is like my own little 2 cents because I watched it this week. If you do have a Netflix account, go watch The Harder They Fall. Movie
Oh,
was fan-fucking-tastic.
Yeah, it was.
Like
I think you mentioned all the games that were released though.
the movie itself, the way it was shot, the entire setting for everything, start to finish, was a fan.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, I definitely watched that this weekend. It had good deal of great casting too.
Yeah, it's got Idris Elba in it. It's got Kang the Conqueror in it. It's got so many fucking people.
Regina King, Lakeith Stanfield. Lakeith Stanfield, if you watch the Netflix anime Yasuke about the African American samurai,
Mm-hmm.
he did the voice of Yasuke. That was Lakeith Stanfield, Regina King, who did the voice of the Boondocks. Fucking what was her name? Zazie Beetz, who was Domino in Deadpool 2.
Mm-hmm. She was real good in it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So top notch casting. Definitely go watch that.
Yeah.
1,020 million% agree on that, Jonah.
Was a fan. Was a big fan.
In fact, I think I need to watch it again.
and honestly, like the action and like it got bloody for a second in there too.
Yeah.
Like they didn't hold back at all. It's good.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting it, but then I was kind of like, after watching Squid Game, and I'm like, okay, I'm comfortable with this.
I haven't actually gotten into it just yet. I just saw a lot about it. It seems like it's really good from what I've seen.
Definitely recommend. And for things that I don't recommend is Ubisoft's lack of action right now. For those of you who don't know, along with Blizzard, Ubisoft has been through a lot of shit recently.
Mm-hmm.
Between very similar things where they were finding instances of sexual harassment, lots of like super shady things going on under the cover, lots of different like really, really poor management of like how things were happening to their employees. So 100 days ago, which this is a little bit old, I think this is a couple of days old now, so technically like 102 days now. The employees all got together because they're all part of a union and everything as well, and they issued a statement to Ubisoft saying, hey, we want a better Ubisoft. And that's what the campaign ended up being called, was a better Ubisoft. They demanded 4 specific things from the higher ups of the company, which was to stop promoting and moving known offenders from studio to studio, team to team with no repercussions, which means like people who were doing the sexual harassment, people who were doing any sort of like infighting, bullying stuff, they would just move them to a different team and not fire them, not reprimand them, not do shit about any of the conduct happening.
Cycle continues.
Yep, it just continues in a different studio. They wanted a collective seat at the table because there was no face of the employees at the table for any discussions. It was all CEOs and higher ups. They wanted a meaningful say in how Ubisoft as a company moves forward. Cross-industry collaboration to agree on a set of ground rules and processes that all studios can use to handle these offenses in the future. So, just a general fucking HR like guideline list of, hey, don't fuck up in the future.
Code of conduct or something.
Yeah. And the collaboration that was aforementioned must heavily involve employees in non-management positions and union representatives, saying, hey, if you're going to set these like HR rules and things, our voice needs to be heard in this.
Yeah.
And that's a general, hey, give your employees a fucking voice,
right?
Kind of thing. And Ubisoft hasn't responded still.
Oh, really?
Ubisoft has still to this day not responded. It's been 102 days now. So they have taken to the people to sign a petition to try and force Ubisoft's hand at this point to make the conditions for the workers better.
Yeah. I mean,
you have to do it.
Yeah,
Yep.
that seems to be the right amount. That seems to be the course of action nowadays. And it's like if if we're bringing this to you and you're not giving us a response, any response, I mean, you could have at least said we acknowledge your request, we're working on it. We can reconvene or something like that. But if you're just outright ignoring it, then yeah, I mean, I've had to do that plenty of times with you know to get my response looked at
Mhm.
is I tag a company on social media and like, hey, I got screwed over by company XYZ. And then they're like, "Hey, whoa, hey, let's talk." I'm like, "Yeah, I sent you an email like 100 days ago, and you haven't looked at it. So
Hmm.
now
We've
I'm
had to
taking
do that
other
with
means."
companies in the past ourselves.
Yeah,
I'm like, hey, we tried to get a hold of you for X event, so now we have to go and call your ass out on social media for it.
right, right. So I mean, if whatever the employees have to do to be treated better, then yeah, they might as well take that step.
Like,
Now,
literally
Ubisoft
union law. That's illegal.
was it Ubisoft that had to fire a couple of months ago?
And honestly, there's been several companies that have had to do firings within the last few months now.
No, not
Yep.
firing. I thought it was they had
Oh,
a
an
building
actual
set on
fire.
fire. Yeah.
That I don't remember.
Was it
Um,
Ubisoft or was it something
but
else?
it's actually, was it Ubisoft Montreal that had a
It
building
was
set on fire?
Yeah, it was Ubisoft Montreal.
Yep, the people who brought you Deus Ex. That makes sense. Um,
Yeah,
I thought you meant like the actual fire, because yes, there was actual fire or like firings and things.
that was
Hmm.
that was a year ago.
That sounds about right.
Hmm. I wonder if there was more to that. Kind of makes me think. But yeah, whatever the employees got to do to get some better treatment, and I mean, it speaks volume when they're approaching you because they want to make the company better. I mean, it's not like they're just outright went to social media and just shit on the company. It's like
Yeah, and
Ubisoft has done this and screw them and all of that.
they
They
could
want to
easily
help
just
you
like
improve.
quit or anything, but
Right.
like you can tell that Ubisoft genuinely cares about like the people that they sell these games to, the people that they make these games for, because they're
Yeah.
like, you guys are the backbones of all this. Please help us so that we can have a better
Hmm.
working environment and give you things out of it. Like, a better Ubisoft is better for literally all of us.
Yeah.
And also, companies just stop being fucking shitty.
There
Like,
is that. That would be the easy thing to do.
I just, how many times do I have to start saying dicks on pikes?
Um, I was hoping you would never say that again, but
Unfortunately, I still have to. Because, you set examples and then people stop doing the things. But if you don't, then this keeps happening in multiple other industries.
set examples
Yep.
by stapling dicks in cubicles and
And I also posted in chat, if you do want to also help them, that is the Twitter for a better Ubisoft, and their petition is on there for people to sign up and be like, hey, Ubisoft, fucking do better.
Yep.
My signature's already on there. You still trying to get the commands to work?
Hmm.
no, no.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Of course not. That's all I had though, was that last big bomb of Ubisoft fuckery.
All right. Does anybody have anything that didn't make the list?
Um, Nope.
Nope. Nope. So what do you guys got coming up this week?
I will say don't cover an onion in caramel. It doesn't taste bad, but man, it'll fuck your stomach for the rest of the day.
You would think.
Is that like a caramel candy apple or something like that?
Yeah, but with an
instead of
onion.
the onion.
Yeah. that was what happened last Monday for stream. That was part of the Shrek stream. Was a
What kind of
caramel.
onion was it?
It was the sweet onion.
That's so funny.
Was it sweet?
It was very sweet, yes. And the caramel, since it was like boiling hot, it cooked the onion on the inside of it while I was coating it. So it wasn't a raw onion anymore. It was a cooked onion, but that also meant that there was onion juices on the inside that just wouldn't release. It tasted really good at first. It was like a really nice, like savory and sweet taste at the same time. But
You
then
had me at onion juice.
but the aftertaste and like chewing the mound of caramel that was around it, like if it was a thin layer of caramel, it would have been fine. But there's a mound, and we have it in our clips channel if you want to see the clips of Moose trying it. Because oh boy, it was a fucking time. And then he also released like a full exorcism afterwards. A demon escaped his body that day.
Why am I not surprised that Katie Cat found it strangely good?
We all did, and Moose kept eating it. I left the plate on the table, and he just kept eating it for most of the night until I took it away.
I have to tell you, I was gonna say it was interesting. That's why I asked about what type of onion it was, because my grandfather used to eat Vidalia onions raw, like they were apples. Like he would just eat them. And to cover one with caramel and eat it, I feel like would be really good.
You know, maybe a Vidalia onion would have been a better idea.
What the hell?
Yeah. Maybe one day. So because I also had to do a bunch of research into whether or not this has been done, if there's a process for doing it, if someone has done this before.
But you forgot to research the part if it was going to fuck up your stomach or not.
Yeah, why would I care about that? Listen, I ate hot sauce that made me physically throw up on stream. I don't give a shit about my stomach.
It's coming from the guy that has to down a half a gallon of stomach protector before he eats pizza.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
I don't give a shit about my stomach, obviously.
I mean,
it's funny because
I think you do.
Ish.
I can tell you, your stomach gives a shit about you.
Oh, there's lots of shits.
I was gonna say, you definitely mentioned the part afterwards about how it affected your stomach. So you care.
Yeah, but would I do it again?
You just
absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. So,
Jono, we're not trying to like gauge your level of intelligence here. We're just talking about what happened.
We know Jono's level of intelligence. He can't read. He can't do math. He eats onions with caramel. Even though he knows it's going to fuck up his stomach.
I am really curious because one of the things while I was researching that I found was that apparently there's a company that will coat onions in white chocolate and they sell it.
Better. Yeah.
And I'm like, what does that taste like though?
But I can't get anybody.
It's like white chocolate on top of an onion.
You're coating onions in caramel, but I can't get anybody to eat horseflesh ice cream with me.
I never said no. You never asked me this.
Horseflesh ice cream.
Yeah, I was trying to do it for an extra life stream. There's a company that sells. They have like 12 weird flavors of ice cream. One of them is horseflesh. Another one is like lobster.
Just the term horseflesh makes me laugh. I can't.
That's what it's literally called.
I don't recall you ever posing this question to me because I absolutely would eat it.
Jono, you never remember our conversations.
And I'm not going to remember this one either, so just take it at face value. Yes, I'll eat the horse flesh with you.
There's a sweet potato ice cream.
I mean, I've had
you guys.
I eat ube ice cream with cheese, so yeah, that's fine.
We should we should make a horse flesh milkshake.
We should. We actually should.
I'm in. I'm absolutely in.
That'd be so funny.
Okay, where do we find this ice cream? Can we get it in time for either the end of the year or the 100th podcast?
Definitely for the 100th.
Okay. I got my assignment.
Write it down. Guess what? We have the first thing that we're doing for the 100th podcast episode.
Horse flesh milkshake. Horse flesh ice cream milkshake. I mean, I guess milkshake implies ice cream. So yeah, horse flesh milkshake.
Horseflesh isn't the only weird one they have. It's like,
I know, but just the name alone is going to draw attention. Hey guys, for end of year, we're drinking a horse flesh milkshake. People are going to be like, "What the fuck? What?
Whose horse is it?"
Yeah. Everyone's horse.
It's kimchi ice cream.
That sounds interesting.
Summer corn.
No, thank you. Oh, that's no.
That sounds too sweet.
You guys are more than welcome to try that, by the way. I am going to be no. We don't want to get banned on Twitch because I will vomit. I will vomit on stream. It will happen.
Goat cheese and beet swirl. And habanero bacon avocado.
Okay.
Okay, that I can imagine what it tastes like, and it might not make me immediately ill. But
I thought you don't
corn?
like bacon.
After that fucking canned creamed corn thing that we got in the Japan crate, hell no.
You don't like to drink your corn whole?
No.
Nothing. There's nothing wrong with some corn juice. I'll go get a can of corn and drink it right now.
Jono, you do that.
After stream.
I might. No, I'm not. I'm gonna make some Alfredo after stream.
Ghost pepper ice cream.
It's so confusing. Does it help? Does it hurt? Is it good? I want it.
This is really spicy here. Eat this ice cream.
I want it. Ghost pepper ice cream. I want it.
Why is it making it worse? Yeah, so we can see, we can have another Jono and Near eat and drink spicy things replay.
Listen, man,
it's literally spicy milk. Like
that's fine.
It's the worst thing that you can put into your stomach.
No, the worst thing that I could put into my stomach was a fucking shot glass full of shit the bed.
Okay,
that I will never do again.
Exactly my point. Imagine if you had put the shot glass into a glass of milk and then chugged that.
It probably would have been okay. What you're doing. It would have coated and settled it. It would have been fine.
Yeah. That's how milk works for you. Dairy products work really well for you in your system.
I don't want to talk about how my system doesn't handle the milk. I just want to say that it would help with the heat.
Exactly.
I'm gonna shit either way.
Yep.
All right, so no. That's gonna be a no on the horse flesh ice cream.
Why?
They're out of it.
It's solely sold in Japan.
Oh. All right, well, fuck that.
Katie called Nate.
Namja. It's in Namja town.
Oh, wait, it's not gonna be good if we get it for Nate and then he has to fly it all the way over here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Say
How you gonna
it's
keep it
still
frozen?
gonna.
it said it literally contains chunks of raw horse flesh.
Oh, okay, yeah. No,
I'm in.
you can't get it. You're not into anything. It's not gonna happen.
Well, can we get one of the other flavors?
Yeah, I'll work on it.
All right, you figure out which ones we're gonna make a smoothie out of. Probably multiple ones or
Even
milkshake
if
out of.
it's even if it's Cheeto dust ice cream.
Gee, that doesn't sound bad.
Durian smoothie.
Oh no, because I don't want to have to smell it. Eating is one thing. I don't want to have to smell it.
Yeah, we're definitely doing this at your house.
That's fine. I accept it. All right. Well, yeah. Anyone else have anything else? Anything else going on?
I have all kinds of stuff. All kinds. But it's all related to New World.
Well, we don't have another hour.
Oh, okay. All right, let's go. We're good.
Yeah, I'll be back streaming this week. Trying
Are
to
you?
finish Greek. Yeah. I
What are you playing?
I was playing Greek the
Oh,
last 2
gotcha.
weeks before all these unexpected events happened. So
Yeah.
I want to finish that because there's been a lot of games released that I did want to try. Guardians of the Galaxy is one of them.
I
Oh,
keep
yeah.
hearing real good things about Guardians.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I want to finish Greek before I move on to some other games. So I feel like I'm almost done, but we'll see.
I got a couple things that I gotta play this week too on stream. One of those being Poppy's Playtime. The other one being
That game is
Mortuary
so
Assistant.
ridiculous.
Yeah, I know.
Did you see Betsy playing Mortuary Assistant, by the way?
No, I can't.
Oh
see
my
it.
god.
I cannot see it until I've played it because I refuse to see any spoilers on it until I actually get my hands on to play it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because I've heard such legitimate fear things about it.
Okay, yeah. So after you play it, go check out her TikTok video. It's so funny, dude. It's so good.
Yeah. As I can't see anything about it, but I have to play it, and I'm very excited about it because I've heard it is very good.
Yeah, it is.
Poppy's
Playhouse is good, but it's short. So just be prepared for that. Damn it, I really wanted more of that feeling.
That's fine. I also forgot to mention that we did finish the final chapter that's released so far of Labyrinthine recently.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we finally went back to it not this week but last week and finished that up. So that was actually really enjoyable.
Oh yeah.
What do we have this week as well? The podcast and then the other thing.
Survivor Boys and Friday.
Yeah, we're probably gonna play some more Void Train since we've been asked when we're going back to Void Train. Because I've got a kid I've got to kill.
In Void Train.
And yeah,
In
absolutely. Definitely. That's the only thing.
Yeah. I looked up weird flavors by state. It looks like Florida's weird ice cream flavor is tequila almond from La Michoacana Natural.
Does it say something about how Florida I am where that just doesn't shock me? And it actually kind of sounds okay. I was expecting like gator tail ice cream. And swamp water sundae.
If nobody has it, that means you're free to create it.
Shit. I need to trademark swamp water sundae. No one fucking steal it.
You ever raid Target?
No one's used it yet. That's mine. I'm taking it. I don't know.
What is this?
Swamp Water Sunday.
For what?
I don't know. I'm gonna make something.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, now you said it though, but so Google definitely heard you, so you better get on it like immediately.
Yeah, I gotta trademark it like after this podcast is over.
Yes.
You know, just no one heard anything.
Yeah. Mark Zuckerberg is gonna come out and be like, "Yo, we heard about the meme thing, so we're changing Facebook to be called Swamp Water Sunday."
I would lose my shit if that was the case. If you guys want to pick out a raid target, we can wrap up as well.
If no one has one, I got one.
That's fine.
Okay.
You decide on that. In the meantime, thank you guys for stopping by and hanging out with us. We just wanted to let you know if you missed the podcast or if you want to catch up on any of the previous episodes, you can listen to us on the audio platform of your choice. Spotify, Stitcher, Castbox, iTunes podcast thing. What's so funny? You
The
can't
delay
bust
in
out
your voice.
laughing.
The delay in your voice made me feel like you were gonna go. Well, if you missed the podcast and you want to catch up with us, you can go fuck yourself.
Oh, damn it.
You know me. I'm always thinking of the next witty comeback.
I know. It wouldn't be like out of the ballpark for me either. You can also watch any of our previous videos on YouTube, including our past VODs and any other game nights that we've done. There's also a couple of quick little skits, commercial things, and there's going to be plenty of upcoming ones for you to look forward to as well. If you want a sweet Remnant Gamer jersey, go to nonamenerd.com and type in find one of our jerseys on there. We've got 3 different colors, 3 different flavors. You can also find it on our website, remnantgamers.com, and type in code RMNTGMRS at your checkout, and you will get 10% off of your order. Am I missing anything else, guys?
I don't believe so.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head there, buddy.
There we go. I love nailing heads.
So we're gonna be heading over to Once a Clockwise Child. This weekend was Extra Life Game Day, and a lot of folks are doing their 24-hour gaming stream that participate in Extra Life. So just Extra Life is near and dear to my heart. So